What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today I got a little something going on. I'm going to be doing a little catch can swap. I actually don't have the other one in yet, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one out because it is already sold, and I'm going to switch to something a little bit bigger. This catch can is actually pretty good for someone who still has an ABS because it takes up a lot of space right here, but I want to switch to something bigger now that I have nothing else here. So the new one will be probably about come out to here, probably that wide, and sit all the way up here. So it'll be, I mean, 3 maybe 4 times the size of this one. It's not that big, but I mean, like I said, for a car that still has ABS and all the other vacuum lines and whatever else they have going on back here when they're stocked, this is a really good piece. It's also billet, so it's a nice catch can. It's just, I think I need something bigger. Luckily, as of right now, with the little bit of boost that I'm running, which is 18 to 20, I have not filled this up at all. So there's no blow-by happening right now at all, which is a good thing. But once we turn it up to 35 or more PSI, at that point I could be experiencing some blow-by, and it'll fill the catch can up. So a bigger catch can will obviously take a lot longer to fill up, so I won't have to dump it out as often. I'm also planning to switch to something that's vented instead of having it run off the intake, because when I had my motor built, we were discussing different catch can setups, and pretty much what I was told was once that oil makes its way into the turbo, that will then obviously run through all the intercooler piping, through the intercooler, into the throttle body, into the manifold, and into the engine, and oil will cause detonation or pre-detonation. So that's not good. We want the motor to make as much power as possible, but as safely as possible. So I don't want to do anything that's going to introduce detonation. So with that being said, it's probably not that big of a deal, and as long as you dump it frequently, it probably doesn't matter. But for me, the safest way to go about it is to have it vented in the atmosphere and get rid of it. So I'm still in the air because the one I do like the best does have the line come out here, and I'll just run it back to here. But then at the same time, I don't necessarily know that I want an AN line running across here and in here. I'd kind of rather just get rid of this intake and do a turbo guard, even though it does look a little more complete now with the intake on there, because I have been running around with no filter, so I had to slap that thing on before I suck anything up into the turbo. But anyway, we're not worried about that right now, just a catch can. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that popped off, and the new one's not here yet, but I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know why I was getting changed instead of just popping up with a new catch can, because there's actually reason behind me switching it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it taken off.
While you and me repeat, this bittersweet heat is suffocating. Heart waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
So this is what the catch can looks like outside of the car. I actually just had these little washers right there because this didn't seem to bottom out all the way once the bolts were tightened up. I think the bolt was actually bottoming out inside the catch can before this was completely flush. So I just put those on there, that way it would sit nice and snug and wouldn't have any play in it. They normally come either all like this or I think a gloss black, but I kind of wanted to try something different, so I had a powder coated wrinkle black. But yeah, so like I said, the new one's gonna look pretty good, and you guys should see that shortly. Get this cracked open, check the rubber seal, and go from there. All right, so fast forward like 2 or 3 weeks later, catch can is finally here. We changed things up a little bit. I ended up going with the Freed Engineering catch can just because they've helped me out so much with this car. This is Freed Engineering. This is Freed Engineering. I figured, why not go with a good product made by good people that help me out, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. All right, let's see what we got. We got the breathers because this is a vent to atmosphere catch can setup. I am doing away with the intake setup. We are, and it should be raw finish. Dude, this thing came packaged better than my CCWs. This is pretty much how it'll be. It'll be just like that. And this one does still work with ABS, I believe. Not that it matters for me, obviously, but I believe it still works for ABS, but it's, you know, it's more than 2 times bigger than my last setup, which was that OCD Works catch can. And it's done. I don't know how I feel about the red filters. I mean, they thought they'd match this Can-N filter. They don't really match it, but it's not a big deal. I do think I need to make it black. That one's not black, so I'm not really too worried about it. But I think later on, if I get this powder coated and this powder coated, then I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. I just don't know if I want to do wrinkle black to match the intake pipe, valve covers, and manifold, or if I want to do gloss black to match the power steering reservoir. So I think the gloss black might be better. I might even do gloss right here, and gloss here to match the fuel rail, and then that'll be gloss black, and that'll be gloss black. That might flow. And I have a TRD strut bar that I'm thinking about doing gloss black. So it might all flow together actually like that. Yeah, and then I'll just keep this color because it kind of blends in with the radiator. I think it would be a little bit out of place if just this right here was black. I'm happy with it. I think it looks good. Definitely bigger. It'll take longer to fill up than my old setup. And I think it does look better without the line coming here. So I'm either going to have to get a new intake pipe or just do a turbo guard and get rid of the filter altogether. I don't know what to do yet. What do you guys think? Turbo guard or keep the filter on and just block this off? But that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video. If you got any opinions on what color I should start powder coating some stuff, because like I said, I do have a TRD brace that I'm probably going to do in gloss black, and that gloss black, I think it'll kind of tie everything up because, you know, I do have the wrinkle black, the polished, and the gloss black, so it's a little bit of a mix of things, but my rails gloss also. So I'm thinking gloss, 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 gloss. You know, I feel like it'll flow better. So let me know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. And if you haven't checked out my last video, please do, so you know what brake lines not to run, so you don't end up like that down there. That's a broken brake line. So basically, almost crashed, died, burned, all that good stuff. But if you watch my video, you know what lines not to run, so that doesn't happen to you. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for checking out the video. See you next time.